Larry Kudlow said Americans were much better off under Trump. That is an absolute fact. If you look at every single barometer, every single measurement, look at the Kamala Harris Biden administration and look at Trump administration, and you can clearly see that every single barometer, economics, when it goes to world, we had peace in the world. I mean, everything. Trump administration surpassed him. So I agree with him. He's 1,000% correct. I haven't heard his take on it yet. I can't wait to hear his take on it. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Larry Kudlow. But before we watch the clip, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me on those platforms as well. All right, so let's get into this. Let's go ahead and play this clip. Here we go.
Kyle's 50 bip skip to Kamala Harris isn't a plan. And that's the subject of the riff. No matter how political Fed Chairman Jay Powell may be with his 50 basis points election gift to Kamala Harris,
definitely political.
The person who helped the American economy the most was Donald Trump during the pre-pandemic first 3 years of his administration, okay? New census numbers show real median income growth during Mr. Trump's pre-pandemic first 3 years compared to Joe Biden's. Overall take-home pay for typical families increased more than 5 times as much under Mr. Trump than under Biden, up $6,040 for Trump versus just $1,050 under Biden-Harris. Okay,
thanks.
Now, I want you to stay with me, folks. We're going to have some numbers. We're going to break it down among key demographics, all right? Mr. Trump's income numbers almost 10 times better than Biden's. For example, stay with me. Coming up, numbers, it's okay. Among whites, real median income increased $8,910 under Trump compared to a measly $850 under Biden. That's actually 10 and a half times what Mr. Biden produced. Among Asians, income up $14,600 under Trump versus a paltry $1,500 under Joe Biden, about 10 times as much. For Hispanics, $6,960 under Trump versus only $700 under Biden. Again, just about 10 times in Trump's favor. Among blacks, $4,540 under Mr. Trump versus $2,650 under Biden. So that one's about a double. This is one reason why Mr. Trump has been able to put together a working class coalition spanning all racial and ethnic groups. Remember, median income, all right? That means all incomes. This captures the middle of the entire population, all right? These are, again, typical working families. And the census numbers are adjusted for inflation. The key takeaway here is how badly these groups have done under Biden-Harris, which I have called the affordability crisis. So
we know how bad it is. We're living it. We're living it. How many times have I talking about the grocery prices, the gas prices, home affordability? Everything is expensive right now. Everything costs a whole heck of a lot more than what it did under Trump. I mean, those are just facts.
So, income under Biden-Harris was low. And on top of that, the cost of living price increases were very high, outstripping the income. And that is why people are worse off under Biden-Harris and were much better off under Mr. Trump. And that is why Mr. Trump has such a large lead when it comes to the economy. And no amount of election year interest rate finagling by Jay Powell is going to change this. Mr. Trump's record solidly entrenched in voter minds. Powell, meanwhile, keeps telling people how great the Biden-Harris economy is. But if so, then why has he made this 50 basis point super rate cut?
Facts. If everything was great, they wouldn't have to touch the rates. I mean, it's the whole point of them dropping the rates down. So, I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't say the economy is great, but then you go do something as drastic as dropping rates 50 points. I mean, both can't be true.
Something that's only happened in emergencies like 9/11 or COVID or the financial meltdown. I don't get it. Perhaps Powell is acknowledging, on the other hand, just how bad the Biden-Harris economy really is, with maybe much bigger job losses coming down the road, even higher unemployment.
That's what I've been saying. He's preparing for the bottom to drop out. That's what these interest rates drop means. He's preparing because I'm telling you, come December, during the holidays, it's gonna get real. Stuff is gonna get really, really bad, and they're not gonna be able to hide it. Christmas ain't gonna be Christmas like it was last year. Like, stuff is gonna be tough, and they're not gonna be able to hide it. They're not gonna be able to hide it. It's gonna be super duper duper low numbers for this holiday season. Watch what I tell you.
Anyway, no one's going to be able to answer that question, but I will say this. Donald Trump has a much better policy idea. Here's what Mr. Trump said last night at his rally out in Long Island, New York. Take a listen.
We are going to grow to start paying down our debt, and we will keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. We will deliver low taxes, low regulations, low energy costs, low interest rates, low inflation, so that everyone can afford groceries, a car, and a home. Very simple.
Yes, that's what we want.
Completely on message. That is a real economic growth plan, not some phony politicized interest rate cut. All right, and that's the riff for tonight.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Kudlow, for that wonderful, wonderful riff there, sir. As always, Kudlow is on point. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.